Chiefs and Tars from Melbourne, folks. 51 points to 27. Looks like an absolute hiding. Ends up being a big old hiding. But I don't think it's quite all doom and gloom. Jake Gordon seemed kind of perplexed as to how to talk about this game in his post-match, and I kind of feel where he's coming from. But anyway, we'll go through some key events, some stats, and you guys can let me know your thoughts on how this one went. Decent wee crowd in Melbourne. Remember, it's a neutral venue, so not really any home fans for this one, but for a game that was only the single one instead of the doubleheader, with the other game being called off with COVID cases or postponed, I thought the crowd was pretty solid. Not spectacular by any means, but solid enough for a Friday night. But yeah, Bangus Bell, red card tip tackle on Sam Cane early. Not a good look, thank goodness for the Tars. It's a 20-minute red card instead of a whole game. Penalties each way, but then 13 v 15. I mean, after the maul try to Taukei'aho, goes 13 v 15 when Jamie Roberts gets yellow carded for a deliberate knock on. So already down a try, down two players. Not a good look for the Tars. The Chiefs punish them immediately through Low, and then immediately again through Tupaia out on that left wing both times. Yeah, brutal stuff. Really brutal. I mean, with 13 men, you're going to make it. It's going to be hard to defend, and sure enough it was. So, yeah, 22-3 looks like it's going to be an absolute flogging. And I guess at 27, you could still argue it was an absolute flogging. But the Tars do come back into it. They get a much-needed try. Great offload for old Jake Gordon. That one was a nice wee build-up. 22-10. Chiefs get a penalty, 25-10, and then another try. Again on that left wing. Tia with a nice draw. I think he drew in. Was it Nawani Tawase? Got it to Kane. Kane gets it to Tupaia, who just has to flatten Harrison, who ends up going off injured after trying to stop Tupaia from going over the line. So it's 30-10. Still a couple minutes to play to halftime. They've had Bell red carded, Roberts yellow carded, Parecki's gone off injured, and now Harrison's gone off injured. So it's not seeming that great for the Tars, eh? I mean, I know the Chiefs, though, are without a bunch of players as well, COVID cases and whatnot of their own. The Chiefs are missing a bunch of guys as well, so not ideal for either team, really. But thankfully for the Tars, and maybe for the game, they did manage to get one last one before halftime. That was through Newsom. That one was Mark Nawani-Tawase, who had one of his better halves in that first half, tapping back a kickoff. And, yeah, Gamble beating the defender. I think it was Ta'avao. And then Newsom going through. So I thought he was going to overrun it. Eh? He was like right on Gamble's tail. I didn't want him to get in front of him, but he managed to go over. So good stuff from the Tars. 30-17 after missing 30 minutes of playtime with guys down. 20 minutes for Bell and 10 for Roberts. Could have been worse. Could have been worse, certainly. Halftime stats, it's like 264 to 159, the run meters to the Chiefs. Chiefs have had 63% possession. The Tars have had to make 88 tackles to 54, unsurprisingly. Clean breaks is 4 to 1, so it's unsurprisingly the Chiefs who really dominate. Second half, the Tars managed to make it, though, a 10-point game with the penalty, which is, again, good for the game, which is what we're kind of looking for, because Tony Johnson, after about 7 minutes, said, what did he say? I wrote it down. Evenly matched. It's looking evenly matched. Bro, it's too early to be saying evenly matched after 7 minutes. Taukei'aho gets a try like 3 minutes later. 7 minutes, you can't say things are evenly matched. I know he's trying to sell the game as being a contest, but, when it gets to 30-27 after like 50 minutes, then say it's evenly matched. 7 minutes. Goodness me, too early. But, yeah, 30-20, it was fairly evenly matched. Ta'avao got held up. Horton has to go off. He's the replacement hooker, so it's golden oldies scrums, which is kind of unfortunate for the game, but there you go. And Tupaia ends up running to the ref. There's weird moments all through this game. Harry Johnson-Holmes ends up taking the line-out throws. One of them, he just passes it long. It's straight. So, but man, just seeing a prop pass in like a 20-meter line-out throw, underarm, was bizarre. So, like, yeah, really, really bizarre stuff during this game. Gordon's intercept was some real gas. He intercepts Gatlin's pass, real gas, on 50 minutes. Makes it properly game on, 30 points to 27. Nicely, evenly matched. But that's the end of the scoring for the Tars. And then the Chiefs end up cracking on. Even though Gordon gets a 50-22, they can't score. Lowe gets an intercept. That pass from Jamie Roberts was a shocker. I mean, Lowe was already in position by the time Roberts threw the ball, so he should have held that one. That one was an easy try for the Chiefs back to a 10-point game. They threw another intercept not long later, but that one the Chiefs managed to fluff. The Chiefs went through phases again to get another one through Lowe. He gets 4 in this game, which is crazy in itself. And despite the fact the Chiefs get a yellow card through Tupaia towards the end of the game, there's a scrum right before full time. Rowe, the replacement halfback, nice little dink through Jonah Lowe. Rowe for Lowe. Lowe goes over for his 4th right before full time. So, yeah, man, crazy stuff. But ultimately a good bonus point win for the Chiefs. So, yeah, momentum certainly swung both ways. The Tars will be cursing themselves for going down to 13 men as early as they did. That was a real putting yourself on the back foot. But there you go. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. They did well to come back into it. And then the Chiefs equally did well to end up pushing them back out. So, possession 47 for the Tars, 53 for the Chiefs. That evens out a wee bit. Territory 56-44 to the Chiefs. Both sides tackle in the 90s, but the Tars have to make a lot more. 172 to the Chiefs, 105. Penalties conceded 10-7 with the Tars having more. Lowe and Tupaia, they get 6 tries between them. And they both have a bunch of run meters, kind of unsurprisingly. So, yeah, shows you a team's doing pretty well if they can kind of exploit that kind of space with the wingers. Jacobson makes 15 from 16 tackles. Gordon, in a one-man heroic effort, 111 run meters, couple of tries for him. Harry Johnson-Holmes, along with taking over the line-out throwing for a prop, also 20 from 20 tackles. Not too bad. Doesn't get any easier for the Tars. They got the Crusaders next, and then the Chiefs are playing the Reds, which could be a pretty good game. But anyway, I'm off to bed, folks. You guys let me know your thoughts on this first NZ Aussie clash, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.